Hey guys, it's Rebecca checking in here at the end of Booktubeathon day 1. It is 11:38:39. It was 38 right now. But that clock is 5 minutes ahead, so it's around 11:35. And I'm very happy to say that I have finished my first book, which is Lies. This was the book that I picked due to the coin toss. And this is the third book in the Gone series. Oh my god. Oh my god. I enjoyed this book so much. A lot of things happened. I can't really say much what this book is about because it's the third book in the series, but it was action-packed. It's awesome. The first book is Gone, which is about everybody age 16 and older disappears all of a sudden one day, and everybody 15 and below are left. So that's Gone. Number 2 is Hunger, which is about kind of like the kids trying to figure out how to find food for themselves because they're starving. The food that was left, they ate it all already. And then as kids turn 16, they start disappearing too. So that's Hunger. And then Lies, is about lies, and people start picking sides and deceiving each other, betraying each other. So this was really, really awesome. The next book, book number 4, is called Plague, and I'm assuming there's gonna be some sort of plague that's gonna kill a lot of people off. Oh my god, he killed off a character in this book. Michael Grant, killed a character off in this book that I didn't think he would kill. I thought this character was gonna make it through all 6 books, but I don't know, maybe he'll come back later on. I don't know. This is like a post-apocalyptic dystopian type story, so I really, really enjoyed it. I wish I could pick up the 4th book, but I can't because I have a TBR already made. So since it's only 11:30, 11:40 now, I'm going to try to stay up until 1. I do work all day tomorrow, so I'm not gonna have a lot of time to read tomorrow. So I'm gonna take advantage that I'm not feeling tired at all right now. I'm feeling good, so I think I can stay up until 1, and I'm gonna do an audiobook. This is going to be The White Princess, which was for the challenge book with a pretty spine. And I'm sorry I took off the dust jacket because I don't like reading with it, but that's what this one is about. And I'm in my kitchen, sorry, because if I read in bed or in my room, I'm gonna get sleepy. I know that. So I'm gonna pop in the audiobook and read along, and maybe I'll speed it up at 1.5, and maybe if I go to bed at 1, it'll be maybe like 2 hours that I read on the audiobook. So I don't know. Wish me luck, and I will check in tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I just wanted to give you a quick update. It's about 9:40 this morning and I am at work. But I wanted to tell you guys how I did last night. So I ended up staying up until about 1 in the morning, and unfortunately the chapters for White Princess is not like chapter 1, chapter 2. It's more like a timeline. So it just tells you like where in England and the year. So I ended up reading a total of, I want to say, about 55 pages before I went to sleep. And then of course this morning I started reading or listening to the audiobook, and I don't know how far I got, but I advanced 1 more hour. So last night I read 2 hours, and then this morning while getting ready and driving to work, that was another hour. So unfortunately I forgot my headphones, so I'm not gonna be able to listen to it while I eat. I wanted to bring my headphones so I could like listen to it a little bit, just because I know today's gonna be a long day. But unfortunately, I guess I'll catch up on YouTube during my lunch break. So today I'm gonna be here till late, but I'm gonna listen to on my way to my house when I go home, and then I'll give you guys an update at the end of the day. So we'll see how that goes. Hi guys, check-in day 2 of the Booktubeathon. I got home from work. I didn't stay as late as I thought I was going to stay. So right now it's 6:20, like 6:30. I already had dinner. And if I read until midnight, like how I did yesterday, I have a good 5.5 hours. I wanted to get exact. I have about 5.5 hours left to read. So I have the rest of the afternoon free. I have nothing. I kind of didn't plan much during this week just because I really want to make sure I get as much of the Booktubeathon done. I went ahead and I because I'm listening to the audiobook for The White Princess, I want to kind of read along with it. So I already separated to see where I am on the audiobook with the physical book, and I am on page 98. I have read a total of 100 pages since I started this book last night. So I'm hoping that for the next 5 hours that I read or listen and follow along with the audiobook, I hope that I can get a good chunk of it done. I don't work tomorrow, Wednesday, so I would like to finish it tomorrow and start another book. So wish me luck, and we'll see how far I get along with this book. I will check in again tonight to let you guys know how I did. Hey guys, I'm taking a little break because guess what? I got a book outlet order delivered today. So I don't even remember what is in this box. Honestly, I order so frequently from Book Outlet that I sometimes forget what is in each order. Anyway, this is just, it's still all taped. I just got it and I'm gonna open it and we'll do a quick unboxing to take a break from all this reading. Let's take the paper out. And okay, so I remember. Okay, I ordered this trilogy, the Nevermore trilogy by Kelly Craig. Is that how you say her name? It's Nevermore, Oblivion, and something else. So, okay, got these two. Then the paper. Did I order two or did they send me two? I'm gonna have to go back and look at my email confirmation to see what's up with that because I don't need two books. And then, I have this. I've been wanting this book for a long time. The Librarian at Auschwitz. I love reading books about the Holocaust and World War II and all that stuff. So I have been to Dachau concentration camp, but I've never been to Auschwitz. I would love to go one day, but I hope that this is good. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. But I'm excited for this book. Then I have, what are these two? Palace of Lies and Palace of Mirrors. What is, these are books 2 and 3. Oh, Just Ella is the first book. It's kind of like a fairy tale retelling type stories. And it's three books, but I ordered 2 and 3 without knowing if I'm gonna like the first one, but the plot sounded interesting and it had good reviews, so hopefully it won't let me down. Then I have Walk the Unearthed a Stranger and Like a River, I believe. I don't know if this is a duology or a trilogy, but I know Reagan from Peruse Project really likes this series, so I'm excited to give that a try. And then I have Towering by Alex Flynn. I have read like 3 of her other retellings and I really do enjoy them. So I'm excited to read this one. They're very easy, fast-paced, really cutesy books. So I'm excited to read this one. I'm guessing this one's going to be based off Rapunzel. And then here is that other book for that other trilogy. So it's a Nevermore trilogy. So this is supposed to be kind of like a Twilight-ish story, but we'll see how I like it. So there you go, guys. Those are the books that I got in this order. I hope to be reading some of these soon, and who knows, maybe they'll appear in another Booktubeathon or 24-hour read-a-thon in the future. Okay, back to reading. Hi guys, day 3 of the Booktubeathon. It is Wednesday. I have nothing to do today. And my plans are to get reading. I was hoping I could get in my 1 book a day because you have to read 7 books in 7 days. But I did not finish The White Princess yesterday. I fell asleep, unfortunately, like around maybe like 10:30 or 11, maybe closer to 11. And I have about 3 hours left on the audiobook. If I had stayed up until 1 in the morning, I think I would have been able to finish it, but I didn't. So my plans are to finish White Princess. I am reading along with the audiobook, so I am on page 449, and this has 520 pages, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, I have about 3 hours left on the audiobook. After that, I'm going to try to read. It's kind of a funny story. I do not have the audiobook for that one, so I'm going to have to actually read it. If I go out to like do errands and stuff, I'm going to listen to Cutting for Stone while in the car, just because I don't want to waste any time. So if I'm in the car, I'll listen to my audiobook. That's the last audiobook that I have, Cutting for Stone. So I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of like actual reading in the next coming day. So I'm really enjoying this book. I'm a little frustrated with some of the things that happen, but I am flying through this book because I don't want to put it down. Philippa Gregory is an excellent what is it called? Historical fiction author. So I really recommend her books. But yeah, I just wanted to check in. It's about 7:10 this morning. I wanted to get up early, but it's just the time that I woke up. So anyway, guys, that's it. Maybe I'll check in a little bit later, maybe midday. If not, I'll check in again for sure at the end of the day. Hey guys, checking in here, day 3 of the Booktubeathon. I finished reading The White Princess this morning. I think it was around 9:30 when I finished. And so I was listening to the audiobook on that one, so I finished it, loved it. I will tell you guys more about it on my finale wrap-up thing. But anyway, after I finished The White Princess, I picked up It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini, and I discovered the audiobook on YouTube. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'll listen to the audiobook and as I can do other things. But oh my goodness, the guy that reads the book talks so slow. I'm used to always speeding books up on my reading apps, my listening apps, and so it was way too slow. I was like, I read faster than this guy is reading, so I figured it was going to take me longer to listen to the audiobook than to actually read it. So I read it and I finished it. Very excited. This book, though it's over 400 pages, it's got pretty big writing and very spaced out between the lines. So I was able to read this very quickly. So that is my third book down on the third day. So I was a little bit concerned because I had spent over a day reading The White Princess, but I guess reading this helped me stay on track. So I'm glad I'm picking kind of like long book, short book, long book, short book, because it's helping me. So this book was for the challenge of read a book and watch its movie. So right now I'm having dinner. It's what time is it? 6:21, and I'm having some dinner and I am going to watch the movie. So I have it right there. I rented it on iTunes and I'm gonna watch it while I eat dinner. It's under 47 hours. That's how long I have to watch it. It's under 2 hours long. It seems like I'm gonna be done with this before 9 o'clock. So I'm thinking before I go to bed, I'm planning on staying up late again tonight. So I'm gonna start reading Summer in the City. This is for the challenge of wear a hat while you read the book. So I'll be wearing a hat tonight while I read some of these pages. I just wanna go ahead and get started, a head start, because I work full day Thursday and Friday. So I'm not gonna have much time to read, so I gotta take advantage of today. That way if I'm too tired tomorrow or Friday, maybe I won't have to read as much or stay up as late. So that is my plan. I have a plan of attack. Hopefully it works. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and watch my movie and eat my food. Hopefully the movie does the book justice, but I'll let you guys know. Hey guys, it's Rebecca coming to you. What day is this? Day 3 of the Booktubeathon? No, day 4. Good God. It's Thursday today, and I knew today was going to be a long day and I wasn't going to be able to do much reading. I just got home and it is 7:45, so I don't have much time to read today. Unfortunately, yesterday, as you guys saw, I finished reading It's Kind of a Funny Story and I was able to watch the movie, and I finished watching the movie. It was maybe 8:30. So my plan was to read my little book, Summer in the City, which was for the challenge of reading with a cap on. I guess I've been reading so much and so I was so focused on reading, not wasting any time during the last 3 days, that I kind of wanted to give myself a break. So I ended up not reading anything. I did start this morning, however, my third audiobook. I started my audiobook for Cutting for Stone. This is the other big book. It's over 600 pages. And so I started reading the audiobook, but because today, it being a long day for me, I am barely on chapter 4, which is page 66 out of like 600. So Not a great start for me. And I don't know how to feel about this book. This is for the challenge of green on the cover. I don't know why I didn't double up on challenges. It wasn't until after I posted that video I was so excited I didn't even think about doubling up books on challenges. That way I could have picked extra books that were skinnier to read. But it is what it is. So I've listened to 3 chapters just in the morning getting ready and during my commute to and from work. So like I said, 3 chapters in. And I don't know how to feel about this book. It seemed like the first 2 chapters were from one person's point of view, and it looks like chapter 3 was from another point of view. Either it's another point of view or a different timeline. I'm not quite sure yet, but I've got a long ways to go with this book. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to just read until I'm gonna aim till midnight because I have to get up like at 4:30 in the morning. And unfortunately, the narrator in this for this book doesn't talk very slow. Usually I speed it up a little bit, but with this one I can only speed it up to 1.25. Usually I'll listen to 1.5 or 1.75 depending on how the person talks. But for this one I can only speed it up to 1.25, so it's not like I'm saving myself a lot of time. I should have picked something else for the color green because this is a big boy. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, I got happy while I was picking my books. But anyway, hopefully I can get a good chunk of reading done until midnight tonight. So that is what, 4.5 hours? Like under 4 hours? Hopefully by speeding it up, it'll equal 5 hours. I don't know, but I will let you guys know how I do. I don't know if I'll update you at the end of tonight or if I'll update you tomorrow morning. So hey guys, it's Friday and it's day 5 of the Booktubeathon. It's already like 7:40 in the afternoon. I got home from work and I was exhausted, so I took a nap. I have Lexi here with me. I took a nap and I just woke up, so I'm gonna have some dinner right now. I have been listening to the audiobook all day. I am on chapter 24. I'm listening to, where's my book? I'm listening to Cutting for Stone. I am on chapter 24, and that's about where the book is. But like I said, I have about 13 hours left on the audiobook. I had a lot of things to do today, and so I've been just listening to the audiobook. I think I finally got to a point where I can listen to it at the speed of 1.5. For some reason at the beginning it felt really fast and I was listening to it at 1.25, but finally I was able to advance to 1.5. Usually I listen to audiobooks between 1.5 and 1.75, but for that one I don't know why at the beginning I was having such a hard time. Anyway, I'm back at it at 1.5 and I have 13 hours left. For sure I'm not gonna finish it today. There's no way I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'm gonna try to stay up as late as I can, maybe 1 in the morning again, like the beginning of the read-a-thon. But I'm liking it so far. It's not like it's keeping me interested, but it's not, I don't want to say it's my least favorite of the ones that I've read, but I don't know, maybe it'll get better. It's a long book. There's a lot going on, so I think it's just taking some time for my brain to process it. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat something and I'll check in with you guys before I go to sleep. So I think the good thing is that I took a nap and that kind of recharged my battery, so I think I will be able to stay up late tonight. So hopefully, fingers crossed, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I am wrapping up day 5 of the Booktubeathon. It is already Saturday. It is 1:10 in the morning. And I was able to read up to chapter 42. There's 56 chapters, so that means I have 55, sorry, so I have 13 chapters left. But I'm listening to the audiobook and I feel myself drifting off, so I think I'm just gonna go to sleep and then knock it out at the end tomorrow morning. So I have about 5.5 hours, maybe close to 6 hours left on the audiobook, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I just want to give you a quick update. It is 12:10 on day 6 of the Booktubeathon, and I had to take a little break because as I'm listening to Cutting for Stone, which by the way, I only have about 45 minutes left, I am working on some centerpieces for this surprise birthday party that we're throwing for my aunt next weekend, and I didn't want to go all the way to Hobby Lobby just for glue gun sticks, which is what I bought, but I came to Walmart. And the craft section is right next to the electronics section, and that's where they have all the movies, and I was like, well, let me see what they have, and I ended up getting 4 of them. So I just want to share with you guys what I bought real quick. I purchased Mockingjay Part 1. This was only $3.74, so pretty good deal. And I'm not the type of person that has to be like, I have to have the Blu-ray, like whatever, I don't mind. Then I also bought Me Before You because I mean, it's Me Before You. I love that book. Then I bought Inferno, which I'm surprised they had it there because this movie is pretty new, fairly recent. So I'm surprised that they had it there for $5. I own already the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, which is my favorite movie of that Robert Langdon series. And I also purchased Interstellar. I'm not a fan of science fiction, but this movie truly blew my socks off when I watched it. That's it. Just a quick little haul while I went and did some errands. It's super hot. I have my Starbucks here. But yes, I'm on my way home now, and I should be able to finish Cutting for Stone by the time I get home. So wish me luck, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so it's 8:30 on day 6 of the Booktubeathon. It's Saturday. And I decided to check in because I'm going to try to stay again up as late as much as I can. Like I said earlier this morning, I had about, the last time I checked in with you guys, I had about 40 minutes left of Cutting for Stone on the audiobook, and I finished it, so no surprise there. That's a really intense book, and I needed something light and fluffy to read. And I know I had planned to read Somewhere in the City, which is the challenge to read while you're wearing a cap. But I don't know why I decided to pick up I Heart New York. This is for the challenge of reading something you want to do, and I want to go to New York. So the character in this book goes to New York. And this was so light and fluffy. It was just exactly what I needed to get me out of that, not depressed state that Cutting for Stone left me. But yeah, I needed something light and fluffy to read. So I picked this up, and I finished it. So this one is done. This one's super cute. Like I said, just what I needed. So then I was gonna pick up Somewhere in the City, but I felt like it was gonna be too similar to this one. So I decided to instead pick my book number 7, and I am going to read End of Days. This is the last book of the Penguin and the End of Days series by Susan E. And hopefully the change of genre will keep me invested, and hopefully I can stay up as late. I'm hoping I can read at least half of this. This book is not very long. It's a little bit over 300 pages, 320 pages, so it shouldn't take me too long to read. So wish me luck. I might check in before I go to bed, I might not, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning where I'm at. Guys, it is Sunday, day 7 of the Booktubeathon, and it is 3:30 my time, and I have decided to call it quits on the Booktubeathon for 2018. Man, oh man, I have never participated in a Booktubeathon before. How did I do? Well, as you guys can see, I'm ending it early. I have until midnight tonight, but I decided to end it today because I am exhausted. I am all read out. I had never read so much so intensely ever in my life. Out of the 7 books that you were challenged to read, that was one of the challenges, to read 7 books, I read 6, so not too bad at all. If I wanted to, I could have started the 7th book and maybe read a little more and get my page count a little higher, but I am satisfied with reading 6 books in 7 days. I listened to 3 out of the 6 on audiobook, and I think that if it wasn't for the audiobook, I wouldn't have read as much, but I think that still counts. So I'm just gonna give you guys my wrap up. For the challenge of using a coin to pick the first book you read, that book that won You can say it was Lies by Michael Grant. This is the third book in the Gone series, and I really enjoyed this book. The first book, Gone, was okay for me. I liked it. The second one, which is Hunger, I liked a little bit more. Lies, I liked even better than the other two. So I think the series gets better as the books go on. There are 6 books in the series, and I just learned there's kind of like a spin-off book, because when I went to add this to my Goodreads, there's apparently a Gone number 7. So, but I think that's a spin-off of the original 6. So I liked it. Can't say much about this book without spoiling it, but you guys saw on the vlog. I kind of told you guys what this book was about, so I enjoyed it. I am happy to continue with the series. Then after Lies, I picked up The White Princess by Philippa Gregory. This is a historical fiction novel following Elizabeth of York and her life. Elizabeth of York was the mother of Henry VIII, who is very well known because of all the wives he had and all the wives he killed. So this follows her story up until from when they are captured during the war between the House of York and the House of Lancaster, until she has her own kids and Henry VIII. I really enjoyed this book. It was very interesting. Philippa Gregory does historical fiction very well. I think it's very engrossing. I was never bored with this book, but I felt like the character, I mean, there's no way of knowing if this is true or not, but she portrayed Elizabeth as a very naive but a little bit weak of a character. She was always kept in the dark. Her mother, which used to be queen before the House of York lost the war, she's portrayed, I love the White Queen. I loved her in the White Queen, but in this book, she was seen as very conniving and manipulative and very revengeful, which of course, I guess it's understandable because she was kind of like kicked out of the throne. But I mean, it's your daughter. Like, even though, you know, they kicked you out and you're not queen anymore, your daughter is queen, and whatever you do affects her. And it's like, she doesn't care that everything that she's plotting against the new king and the new queen, aka her daughter, she doesn't care how it's gonna affect her. She's just wants to, you know, plot revenge against the new king for killing her husband and kind of like kicking the House of York out of reign, if that makes sense. And then also the king is portrayed as very untrustworthy. He's always paranoid that someone's gonna come and try to steal the throne again. Even though he is the rightful heir, he's just mean and people don't like him, and he doesn't know how to be king. After The White Princess, I read It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. This book, I had no idea what this book was about. I had heard about the movie. This was for the challenge of read a book and watch its movie adaptation. I finished this in one day. It was very, very quick. I did some research about Ned Vizzini after reading this book, and unfortunately, if you didn't know, Ned Vizzini ended up killing himself. He jumped out of a building and he died. After reading about the author's life and death, I saw a lot of the things that the author suffered reflected in this character. So I think that a lot of the things that he was going through, he portrayed them through our main character here. It's a story about mental health and depression and anxiety. It was kind of funny, which you would think it wouldn't be funny because of the heavy topics that it talks about, but I thought it was kind of funny. I did think he did a good job. The movie though, it was okay. Don't think I'll ever watch it again, and I don't think I would recommend it, but the book was a lot of fun. After that, I read Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese. This book, however, oh my god, it took me a while to get in. It was a little bit confusing for me at the beginning, but this story shred my heart to pieces. Oh my god. This book follows 2 twins who were kind of conjoined, but not really. They were born with like something attached to like in their heads, but when they're born, they're able to like cut it and then they're like each its own person. But they are born of a medical doctor and a nurse or a nun. Back in the day, the nuns were the nurses. So the mom dies shortly after giving birth of a hemorrhage, while the dad, who is the doctor, tries to help her give birth. But of course, the babies can't come down because they're joined together at the head. So she ends up bleeding to death. And he kind of is in denial that he is the father of those babies. Nobody knew she was pregnant. Him realizing that she was pregnant and then her dying, and then not only do you have one son now, but two who are conjoined at the head, he kind of like freaks out and he leaves. And the boys end up being raised and adopted by two, I believe they're missionary doctors in this missionary type hospital. And this is just follows them as they grow up. I had to double check like twice that it said a novel on the cover because it felt like I was reading a memoir. It just felt that real. I truly, truly recommend it. It is long. It's over 600 pages, 650 pages, but it's worth every single page. I almost forgot. This was for the challenge of read something with green on the cover. Then after being depressed, after reading Cutting for Stone, I decided to read something really light and fluffy, and I picked up I Heart New York. This was for the challenge of read a book with something something you want to do or a place you want to go see, visit or whatever. And I picked this one because I want to go back to New York pretty soon. I haven't been to New York in a long time, so I want to go back to New York. And this book follows this girl. Her name is, what is her name? Angela. She flees to America because on the day of her best friend's wedding, she realizes that her fiance is cheating on her, and everybody knew, like all her friends knew except her. She catches him having sex with another girl in the back of their car. First flight that she can catch, she goes to the airport and she ends up in New York City. And of course, trying to get over being betrayed by her fiance and her friends. Of course, she's on the rebound. And then there's these two guys, and you just follow the story of her trying to find out how she's going to deal with getting over her boyfriend and the new opportunities that she has found, and maybe even love in New York City. So it was really, really cute. Read it super fast, just what I needed to kind of like lift my spirit after Cutting for Stone. And then last but not least, I read End of Days by Susan E. This was a book that I started reading yesterday and I finished it today. This is the last book in the Penguin and the End of Days series. I can't say much about this book because it's a final book. I like this okay. I kind of wish that I had ended the Booktubeathon with the book that I loved. This one I just liked okay. It's been a long time since I read the other two books. I read 1 and 2 back to back, and then I was looking at my Goodreads and I read 15 books between the second book and this one. So I feel like I've read a lot of good stories in between that I kind of semi-forgot what this book was about and the importance of certain characters. Being the last book, there's like a war and, you know, kind of like builds up to the grand finale. And there were some characters that died that I was just kind of like, okay, you know, sucks. Like I couldn't feel the pain that the main character felt when certain things were happening. So I'll probably reread the series later on. If there's like a challenge maybe later on to reread a series or something, I'll probably pick them up. They're really, really fast. They're kind of short. Well, this one's kind of like the biggest one of all of them. And this is like 330 pages. So they're not very big and I can fly through these pretty quickly. So maybe I'll reread it, but for now, I just liked it okay. So the last book that I didn't get to was Summer in the City by Elizabeth Chandler. I had picked this book for the challenge of reading a book with a hat on, and I just didn't get to it. So I'm okay with that. Maybe I could have finished it. It's gonna be 4 o'clock. Maybe I could have finished it from here till midnight, but like I said, I am all read out, guys. I am tired. I think I don't want to read for the next 2 weeks. I feel like I've read so much. I did a page count of how much I read, and I read a total of 2,705 pages, if I'm not mistaken. So that is a lot to read in 1 week, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed this little wrap up and my vlog throughout the week. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did participate on the Booktubeathon, let me know about how you did in the comments down below. If you recommend any books, I'm always looking forward to hearing about new books that I can read. And if you guys have any further questions about the books that I mentioned, feel free to let me know. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.